Well, hello everybody. This is Brother Todd with your Victory Minute, and I hope you boys and girls out there are having a good day. I came out here today to feed some cows. I really wasn't planning on it, but the situation changed, and that's what I want to talk to you about in this little Victory Minute. Now, I keep looking over to the left because you maybe can see them out there. They is as far away from me. I got a bunch of little ones up there at the front eating. I'm so lazy, I always never close the gate. So I need to get these up here where I can get out of here. Let me just call them in real quick. There's some of them girls, still as far away as they can be. Anyhow, I come out here to make this meeting, or this minute today. I realize I ain't playing. Because, like I said, I wasn't planning on coming out here. And that's some little tiger stripe girls. They're always the first ones up. I'll tell you right, them girls come out of place where there wasn't no grass. So I'm telling you, when they get an opportunity to eat, they don't play with it. Anyhow, let the rest of them kind of get into this pasture. I'm gonna ease that way with you. Like I said, I hadn't planned on coming out here, and that is what got me thinking about this Victory Minute. Years ago, a man really helped me a lot when I first started off. His name was Jackie Newton. He was a pastor of First Baptist Church in Kaufman. And when I went to Kaufman, he was always a treasure to me and a really big help. Brother Jackie was from West Texas. And he said, you know, I love Kaufman. He said, the only bad thing is it took me 15 years to do in Kaufman what it would have took me 5 years to do in West Texas. And I asked him to call him again. All right up on us now, ain't they? Anyhow, I said, why is that? And he said, well, two things. I'm gonna give you the first one. It don't cost you nothing other than just it might be hard to take if you're from East Texas, but he said number one, he said out in West Texas, he said the way everybody kind of is, if somebody's an expert in something, that's who you listen to. People just don't give an opinion on everything. And but he said, but the closer I get to East Texas, the more I find that happens. He said, he said, if we're trying to build a building, he said, when we're talking about how to build it, the architect says something and everybody goes, that sounds good. And plumber says something, everybody says, well, it sounds good. Banker says, hey, this is how we ought to get the money. Then everybody says, well, hey, you're the expert. But, and I'll tell you, in my world, I have learned that it seems like everybody's got an opinion about everything. And, I've told many a young preacher, you can't give control over to part-time thinkers, people that only think about something on the weekend or in a meeting. They ain't been praying about it, studying about it all week. You can't just give over control of a church to whiners and to somebody that just wants to pop off. But then, secondly, he said, they are some of them girls. That's surprising. They get up. They're like me. They're so lazy, they don't hardly eat. But he said the second thing is, he said out in West Texas, he said where I'm from, he said people don't work in town. He said everything's based on the oil field or the agriculture field. And so you have to be flexible. The reason I'm out here with these girls tearing my feeder up is because look at them skies. Well, I wasn't coming out here at all, but that rain changes things. I didn't want to get out here if it gets to raining, mucking around out here tomorrow. And so I changed my day around, threw this old shirt on because I'm in my church clothes today. I don't want to mess up my good shirt because I don't want to go preach in it. We're gonna crank this thing up. I hope y'all hear me. I hope you can keep hearing me. We're gonna get them up to the feed trough. Anyhow, when things come up, you've got to change your plan. And if you're just inflexible about everything, then you're going to go through life. You're not going to get much done. Two, you're not going to be content. A lot of times we get in our head, God is going to do a thing, or we see a thing, or it's a thing we want. And when God is obviously given a different direction or circumstances dictate something be done differently, when we just doggedly stick to something for no reason other than this is what I was going to do or I'm going to do, it keeps us from getting anything done. We're just not flexible. In church, I move stuff all the time. I learned this a long time ago. Preacher, you out there listening, move them chairs around. Change that lighting. Move this room, that room. Change that Sunday school class with another Sunday school class. Because I'm telling you right now, people do something twice and it kind of works, and they think it's got to be done that way for the next 20 years. And if you can make people flexible in small things, then they can jump. When the Spirit of God moves, we ain't got to have 70 committee meetings to do something about it, because the people are used to acting when God gives them an opportunity. I heard a preacher say years ago, you want to blow your kids' mind, sit down at a different place to eat supper tonight. Sit in a different chair when y'all sit down and eat. And you'll have one, if you got five people in the house, one of them won't even be able to eat because you're sitting in the wrong chair. We just get so locked in. We get this way with our beliefs to the point that it don't matter what we read in the Bible, we're not going to change what we think. And it's a trap. Oh Lord, it's a trap. It'll stymie your marriage. It'll stymie your church. I'm kind of in a low spot bouncing around here, ain't I? And you wouldn't, I know the guy that run that bulldozer through that place. We ought to fire him. Anyhow, just seeing if these girls still coming. They having to walk a little ways. They was as far away from them feed troughs as they could be today. Like I say, it's not really kind of the normal time I come out here, but the situation dictated. And but you get stuck where you can't grow, you can't move, you can't act, you can't be flexible. Like I was saying, brother Jackie said, out there in West Texas, if you planned on doing something and it rains, it changes it. Well, I'll go to town, see if the part's in. Well, if the part ain't there, well, while I'm in town, I'll stop by the sale barn. I'll run by and pick up this little piece of that. It's just, they just had to keep the day full by dealing with the circumstances as they are. I've seen lots of people get 40, 50 years old, and they always had a plan of how something was going to be, get to about 60, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and then things change. You have to deal with a grandchild, you have to raise a grandchild, somebody gets sick, and then they're depressed for the next 10 years. It can't be that way. You've got to recognize that life is fluid, and you have to be ready to act. I'm grinning because the cows that was up front, a bunch of the younger ones, they was all up front. Well, now they're in a dead run because they done ate theirs, and they think they're going to get to eat again. They're out there in front of it. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see them or not. Anyhow, these bigger girls, though, are going to push them out the way, so everybody's going to get their part today, I guarantee you. The thing about cows, they're not real generous on making sure everybody else gets to eat. They're like a bunch of people I know. Anyhow, y'all kind of follow what I'm saying. I know I'm making this rattling all over the place, and old fan blowers are running. That's the loudest fan in the world, but it sure blows cold air. Anyway, kind of looking around, see if they're there. Is keep yourself open to what God's doing. Keep yourself open to the situation. There's been many a fortune not made and lost because people can't see things as they are. Every time the economy turns, I see people go out of business. I see people lose going bad debt because they can't change the way their life's being lived. I got a friend, he's worked up, he's a Dallas fireman, but he had a side business, construction stuff up in an area all where people will guarantee you one of them rascals just knocked a hole in my grill. I can hear it rattling. I guarantee you, if a cow can kick it, she will. Anyhow, trying to ease up. Sorry I'm making this video. They're probably not going to release this thing. It'll be too messed up. I got every cow we got in front of me. They are trying to stop me. Anyhow, see if I can get out around them here. But anyway, he was telling me, he said, I can always tell who ain't gonna make it around here, because every time the economy changes, he said they won't get rid of that BMW. He said they won't get rid of that Range Rover. He said, but you can tell the people that they change that Mercedes-Benz for a Chevrolet. He said they're gonna keep their house. He said the rest of these people are gonna get evicted. Well, I know that's kind of crazy talk. I'll probably do something a little bit different here if I put this out at all, but hopefully you kind of follow what I'm talking about. Is you've got to be able to operate on the way things are. All right, and these girls had a plan to be on the other end of the pasture, but something better come along, so they run up here and followed me. So there they are. Don't they look hungry? All right, y'all have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.